One last thing I wanted to discuss real quick, and this goes for me as well, um, with some of the laughter. Um, of course, I've explained certain things. I'm not going to keep going over, um, you know, us being allowed to enjoy this life. Like, we're not supposed to be walking around um, serious at all times. We're allowed to have fun. With that being said, we have to understand the importance of the time that we're in, and we have to understand to take God seriously, but don't become so wound up about, the things going on, or even the things in your life that you can't, be lighthearted about things. That is something that has really affected me in my past, um, hindered my growth. And so some people may think, I'm doing a lot of it, and it's really because I've been able to heal over, the past several years, um, in increments, of course, but, you know, being able to laugh about certain things or being able to feel like I'm talking or having conversation with people or have people around me that understand me. Whereas, a few years prior, I was being called crazy, um, being told to be quiet and different things like that. So, um, the one thing we need to be careful of is the whole, and I need to be careful with this because number one, I believe in brotherhood. I believe in gathering yourself and assembling yourself. But what's the motives of these assemblies at times? Um, I remember in high school, which is my example, and the whole point of this message is let's stay out of the high school mindset and mentality. But in high school, you would have cliques. Uh, so-called cool kids, jocks and different things. And in African American culture, black culture, we have those things, but we don't necessarily, all demographics don't call those, don't go by those labels of the groups and stuff, just to make that clear. But, there is clearly a hierarchy. Um, and, playing sports and different things, it had me within certain hierarchies, but also being a loner, being myself, um, choosing the people that I did because I choose like-minded, humble people to be around, um, easygoing people, people who do like to laugh at times, um, but can also be serious. You know, I like to have a healthy balance with, my friends and different things like that. Um, and I was never the attention-seeking type. Like I did have friends that were, very popular in school and different things like that. I had friends that were also very nerdy that nobody in the school probably knew existed. And so, I was just well versed. But the one thing I tried not to do was to exclude the people that were already being excluded and push into certain, areas based on perception. In some ways in school we fall into that trap, but me being aware, somebody helped me when I was younger, like around the fourth grade. And then also, um, just experiencing, I'm sorry, I'm a little tired here, but experiencing certain things myself helped me to be that way with different people. So if I notice somebody sitting along, hey, you okay? Everything okay? Um, Need to talk about anything? And we got to be like that instead of being, oh, I know this person. This person has all the people over here, all the attention, all the girls, all this, all that. And so let me go be around him or her so I can be around that. Like, I've never been that type of person. I'm definitely a person that goes to the beat of their own drum. And I think it's important not to have a have mentality. I'm not saying don't come together as the body of Christ. I'm not saying, um, to forsake the assembling of yourself with the saints. What I'm saying is the way that large quantities of people think at times, you have to be an individual thinker. You have to have your own relationship with God, and you have to put on your thinking cap and just be like, at times, Lord, is this good for me? And I think, let me see what this person says. Let me see what that person says. What is God saying to you? And that's the most important thing. Last thing for the night for sure, because I'm tired. But um, the message will be out by Friday for sure. Peace.